YouTube, welcome back to my channel. Today we've got a really exciting video if you are interested in lead scraping or lead generation, because we're going to be checking out this tool called FireCrawl, which essentially turns websites into LLM ready data. So what that means for you newbies is essentially you can give it websites and it's going to extract whatever you want from it, whether it's the phone number, email, Instagram, Twitter, LinkedIn, whatever is on that website, it's going to be able to scrape. And the best part is obviously it's automated, and if you stick to the end of this video, I'm going to be showing you how to turn this into a make.com automation so it can actually do multiple at once, which is crazy, instead of you having to put in the website into FireCrawl each time. So yeah, you're not going to want to miss this video. Just watch 5 minutes and you're going to be blown away. So obviously the first step is to come to firecrawl.dev, which is the URL, and you can essentially just log in. You actually get 500 credits for free. I don't know how many searches or scrapes that gets you, but it's a decent amount to start with at least, and you can get some easy leads for free. So once you log in, you'll be met with this playground where you can essentially just put in a single URL and it will be able to scrape whatever you want from it. It's obviously very simple to the point where you can literally just get any website you want. Let's just take this one, which is a yoga studio or a hot yoga studio, like one of those sweat ones that we found in LA. So if we take this URL, we can essentially plug it in right here and we can essentially run this and it would be able to scrape. And obviously we have the agent right here, so you can actually give it a prompt, basically meaning that you can get it to scrape whatever you want from the website. Now this is very basic and you can play around with this in your own time. This can obviously do one single page at a time, so if you look at this one right here, it would be able to scrape what's on this page. However, if we go back here and you see this extract option, that essentially allows you to extract structured data from multiple URLs, single pages, and just stuff like that. So you can basically do a lot more. Now, for people like me and you, you're wondering, Charlie, this is great, but it's still manual. You still have to put a URL into this and you have to type a prompt each time. Well, that's where we can take it up a level, because what we can do is essentially go over to make.com, which is one of my favorite tools. And if you haven't learned make.com before, I don't know what you're doing, because it's one of the best tools to learn if you are a beginner in 2025, and it's a great skill to have up your sleeve. So what we're going to do is actually automate this entire process to the point where we can just give it, hundreds of websites, and it's going to be able to extract whatever we want from these websites. So yeah, and we're going to install FireCrawl, and it's really simple. Like, this will literally take you 2 to 5 minutes. I want to make this a short video for you guys. So what you're going to do is head over to make.com and you're going to create a new scenario. I did just think that, I wanted to show you what it looks like just inside in case you want to play around with this in your own time. But I obviously want to make this a quite quick video to get straight to the point. So what you're going to do is firstly just type in FireCrawl, and you can actually see that you have the application right here. And obviously there's different options for what you can do. In this case, we just want it to scrape a URL, but obviously we're going to get it to go down a Google Sheets just like this, and I'm going to build it from scratch in a couple of minutes. It's super simple, and anyone can do this. So just click on scrape a website. What you will have to do is just add your API key. So you can add your API key just by going into FireCrawl, as you can see right here. If you give me 2 seconds, I'll be able to find it. Maybe it's in dashboard, so if you go to dashboard, you can see it's right here. So just click on that, go back into make.com, paste that in, and you'll connect FireCrawl into make.com. Now, what you want to do is essentially test this first. The reason we're not putting Google Sheets right now is because we need to make sure it runs with a single URL in make.com, and then we can automate it to do hundreds of websites. So it's like trying to run before you can walk. I wouldn't recommend doing that if you're a baby. So we're not going to do that with this automation, guys. So what we're going to do is just put the same URL right here. So boom, take that, go here, paste it in, and what you want to do is, for the formats, you just need to copy me. That's all we really need to do, is delete that and just click on raw HTML. So this is just going to get all the raw HTML on this website, which you can see right here. Like, all of this data is going to be put into an output, which we'll see in a second. And then that allows us to just get whatever we want using maybe, an LLM inside Make. But I'll show you how to do that. It's really easy. You're basically almost done once you've done this. Just leave this all blank, to be honest. None of this really matters. We just want to test it. So once you click that, let's just run this automation to make sure that it works, and it's going to give us just some really bland, like overwhelming text. But this is obviously the first step because we need to test it before we go crazy with like, you know, a ton of websites, which we'll do in a second. So yeah, just give this maybe 30 seconds, if that. And essentially the limitations are like endless. Like you could literally build a scraper and sell it as a B2B solution, or you could use this yourself if you want to scrape just local businesses. I don't know exactly what you want to do with this, but you know, it's pretty valuable and it's a cool tool to test out, as well as integrating it into make.com. So once you get this result, just click on data, click on raw HTML, and you'll see that you have all of this unnecessary info, but this just shows that it has scraped everything from this website. So for example, if we check the website, you can see that there's some info here, right? And this is obviously what we would want to put into Google Sheets, but just on a mass scale. So you can see that we have their website, their email, their phone number. So you can see that their phone number is 424. So if we go into make.com, do Command F just to see if this is in here, and let's just see 424. Let's just type that in, and you can see right here we have the phone number. You can literally see that it has extracted that from the website. It's got the postal code, it's got the address, and it's got the name, it's got the email here as well. So that is perfect, literally perfect. We just need to do this on a mass scale now. So you've already done the hardest part, and shout out to this. Obviously, visit them, you know, if you're in LA or whatever. But yeah, that is a very basic part to this. Now what we can do is essentially add a module, and we can just attach it to FireCrawl. And obviously this module is going to be Google Sheets, and we're going to do watch new rows. So there are other options for this, but we're just going to do watch new rows, because that is obviously when, or what you could do is you could do search rows. Either one's fine. If you just search for search rows, it doesn't really matter which one you go for. And obviously just connect to Google Sheets. Pretty simple, but you can obviously just sign in. It's actually way easier than anything else that I've seen. So yeah, just make sure you do connect the correct Google account, otherwise it may show that. But yeah, you just want to select the spreadsheet. So you can see that R1 is called websites. So you're going to go here and you're going to search for websites. You can see we've got it right here. Give it a second to load. Sheet name, obviously that's just, you know, sheet 1, don't really need to change that. And yeah, so it's going to do ascending, and you can put a limit if you want. So let's just put a limit of 5, and yeah, that is pretty much good to go. If it does that red thing, just click on it again and click save, and it should disappear just like that. Now you want to save this because you don't want to, you know, leave and then for it to be cancelled. That would be a tragedy. So yeah, definitely save your automations as you go, guys, as a quick tip. But from this point on, you are definitely making progress. What we want to do now is just format this data in a clean column. So you could use ChatGPT, you could use something else, but we can do this in a very minimalist way by basically using very little tokens. So it's not going to be expensive at all, like really, really cheap. So what you could do is create a completion, just connect your API key. This could be Claude, it could be Perplexity, it could be Gemini. It doesn't actually matter what like LLM you use, just use whatever. Go down here. I think 4.0 is actually getting, 4.5 is actually getting removed soon, but maybe that's just me, not being vigilant. But anyway, let's keep this moving. So what we want to do is just add a message. Role could be assistant, and then text could just be something like please. Or what you could do if you're really smart is you could actually go onto ChatGPT, not CapCut, but rather ChatGPT. So I just headed onto ChatGPT and said, give me a system prompt for make.com that tells ChatGPT to put the raw HTML of the website, which is all of the crap that we had in, which you saw, and turn it into columns with their company name, website URL, phone number, email, and additional info you find, like whatever, like their socials. So if we just click enter, it should give us a system prompt. As you can see, it is giving us a system prompt. So it's as simple as that. We can just copy this in, and you should be good to go. So let me just do this. Boom. And we obviously need to tell it where that information is. So it's going to be the raw HTML right here. Now, once you do this and you run this automation, okay, so as you can see, it has successfully done the output. So what it did was essentially take the top URL, because we obviously went from the ascending in column A. And one thing you will need to do, as I said, just make sure column A is mapped here so it can run it automated. Otherwise, yeah, you won't be able to actually, do multiple searches without without you doing anything essentially. So yeah, once it runs, you can see that it has, as I said, from the first part, got the raw HTML, which is an absolute mess. And then if we look at the actual, if you click on choices, +1, and then message, and then content, you can see that it has obviously cleaned it up a lot. So we have the company name, which is, yeah, obviously should be the top one, yeah, which is this, don't know how you say that, Blaustein and Son. So yeah, that is the company name. But if we go back here, you can see that it's got, yeah, the website, the company name, the phone number that it found on the website, and it's got a description. So with almost 100 years in the business, this plumbing is a 4th generation company at the heart, whatever. So just a bit more info on the actual company from the website. So what this means is you can maybe include that in an email just to show that you've paid attention, when in reality you've done nothing but build this automation. So that is really, really cool. And this is obviously doing what we want, which is amazing. And now the only final thing you could do is obviously make sure that the limit is set to what you want. If you want to do 5, then it can do that. And yeah, obviously we need to create an output, which is going to be Google Sheets. And what you can do is just do add rows. So if you search for add rows, you'll find it in here somewhere. So you can do bulk add rows, but let's just do add a row to start with. Obviously, yeah, your Google would be connected already, and just select the same spreadsheet. I recommend just putting it into the same one, or you could do a different one. Really up to you, but this is just where you want the output to go. So super simple. You probably understand what we're doing now. You've already got the hang of it. So hopefully, yeah, you found this valuable. If you did, just drop a like and subscribe, because subscribing means to the world, and it definitely helps me out because I get more motivated to post content for you guys if the subscriber button goes up, which is a bit stupid. I shouldn't have to look at some numbers for me to create videos, but it is what it is. Yeah, what we can do here is actually do the output. One thing you would want to do very quickly is, as you can see, the yeah, if we click here, what you want to do is click Show Advanced Settings, and you can actually turn this, I believe, to not response format as text, but rather JSON object, and you want to pass it as a JSON response. So what this means is, if we run this quickly, because I should have done this before, but there you go. At least you guys have stuck to the end. Let's just unlink this because we don't want that to post. But it's going to allow us to actually map the correct things into what we want, which could be like, for example, company name. Apologize for the yeah, capital O there. My OCD is kicking in. I'm going to have to yeah, put something there. Let's do like phone number here. So phone number. Let's do like email. And then let's do additional info. So what this means is, by now, because you actually structured the output into JSON format, I'll show you what this means in a second, but this is going to allow us to actually put, or I mean make.com to put the right information into the right columns, instead of it just being like one messy blur that you wouldn't really want because it wouldn't be organized and structured. So how this works is, yeah, you can see that I just put a prompt, saying this, format the output in JSON like below, and please provide the following details in valid JSON format only. Do not include any extra text before or after the JSON, and it should be followed as the structure below. And I'll put this in the description so you can actually just, copy and paste this for free, because I'm a nice guy and that's why you should subscribe. But yeah, nonetheless, obviously you'd put response format as JSON output, pass JSON, and yeah, you're good to go. So click here. Let's do the correct one again. So I believe it was the websites, and we should be able to map the correct things in. So sheet 1, and let's give it a second, and you can see that's perfect. So you can see that we have company name right here, so this would be the owner name. We have phone number, which could be this one. It's got the phone number. It's got additional information, which is this, and it's got email, which it didn't manage to find, but most of the time it does, because obviously there's an email on that. So that is basically how it works, and yeah, it's as simple as that. If you I mean, let's just run this again. So if we just go here and we run this, it should just put it into the thing. So okay, so that's perfect. So yeah, obviously it found it originally, but not sure why it doesn't. But it's got the phone number, it's got the additional info, and most of the time it does get the email and the company name. So yeah, it's pretty solid, and you can obviously run this by going here, and you can actually set this to as much as you want. So if we want to do all the websites, then you would just put the limit as like 50 as an example, and it would just go down each one, and then it would extract all the information and put it into the Google Sheets, just like it did, but obviously on a mass scale. So hopefully you found this video valuable. You could actually go one step further and then put that into clay.com and get more data enrichment, but yeah, I think you can experiment with this in your own time. Hopefully you found it valuable. As I said, definitely like and subscribe, and if you are serious about leveraging AI and the newest automations, feel free to join my community. We actually now have a lead scraper that no one has seen outside of the community. So yeah, it's really, really cool, and members are loving it. And yeah, I would highly recommend joining, because we do actually give you softwares like Go High Level. We give you, as I said, the Chrome scrapers, the Chrome extension scraper that we have. We also have like automated DM tools, which is amazing. And I don't really see too many other communities in the world that actually provide software in their membership, so you don't have to pay for anything else. Once you join, you get all of that included, so you can sell automations out of the box, and it's just amazing. So that will also in the description. It's called Agency Start. And yeah, I'll catch you in the next video. Drop a like, subscribe, and yeah, I'll put some videos up here that you can watch right now.